Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn how to construct Born-Haber cycle for the formation of covalent compounds. We will study briefly about Hess's law. We will study what are the steps involved for the formation of covalent compound using Hess's law and Born-Haber cycle, and finally we will derive a formula to do calculations for the Born-Haber cycle. Let's start. First of all, briefly, if we look at the Hess's law, how and what is the important information that we can remember about Hess's law. One thing always remember, according to Hess's law, whenever a chemical reaction, a chemical process takes place in chemistry, there are two different paths by which a chemical process can be completed. One path by which Hess's law can suggest that a chemical process will take place. It is known as direct path, and the other path that is suggested by Hess's law, it is indirect path. So, what is the difference between direct and indirect path? Whenever a chemical reaction is completed using one step only, we call it direct path according to Hess's law. And if a chemical process needs two or more than two steps for its completion, that is known as indirect path. So one thing according to Hess's law that we must remember, that we must have in our mind, it is every chemical process can be completed using two different paths, direct path and indirect path. Direct path would involve one step only, and indirect path would involve more than one steps. Second information that is even more important than this information, it is that whether a reaction is completed using direct path or indirect path, total enthalpy change, it remains same. What does this mean mathematically? Mathematically we can write down enthalpy change of direct path, it is always equal to the enthalpy change of the indirect path. So these are the two pieces of information that we must remember in our mind whenever we want to apply Hess's law on some chemical process. Okay, now we are going to construct Born-Haber cycle for the formation of a covalent compound, that is for the formation of ethanoic acid. And for enthalpy change of formation of ethanoic acid is negative, it is exothermic. So keeping in mind this information, we will construct Born-Haber cycle for the formation of ethanoic acid. But again, we are going to apply Hess's law. So we will construct Born-Haber cycle using both direct and indirect path. What you must remember, for the formation of covalent compound, always indirect path, it involves two steps. How many steps? Two steps. First step, we will carry out the atomization of elements. So first step is atomization, and second step is formation of covalent bond. So direct path always involves enthalpy change of formation, while the indirect path for the formation of covalent compound, it involves atomization enthalpy and bond energy or bond enthalpy. Okay, let's work out how to construct Born-Haber cycle using this information for ethanoic acid. First of all, a vertical line directed upward, this is showing energy level is increasing upward. And when we will sketch arrows, if energy of a process, energy of an arrow will increase, it will move upward, and if energy will decrease during a process or during a chemical step, the arrow will go downward. For example, in this case we will draw a horizontal line close to the lower end. This is the position where we will write down reactants of this reaction. What are the reactants? Reactants are those elements from which ethanoic acid will be produced in this case. What are those elements from which ethanoic acid is produced? We can see from the chemical formula of ethanoic acid that the elements are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. We have taken carbon solid, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas in their most stable state, how they exist at the room temperature. Now, since the formation of ethanoic acid is exothermic, energy will decrease. So from this position we will move downwards, and at the end of the arrow we will draw another horizontal line where we will place our product. What is the product of this reaction? We want to prepare ethanoic acid, so we will write down ethanoic acid at this horizontal line. Now you can see we mixed the elements and we have produced ethanoic acid, And for the formation of 1 mole of ethanoic acid, we can balance the carbon and hydrogen. Oxygen is already balanced, but how we can balance the carbon and hydrogen? Carbon, we need 2 mole of carbon and 2 mole of hydrogen, since there are total 4 hydrogen. Now this is the balanced chemical equation for the formation of ethanoic acid. And since you can see in this case only one step is involved, so what we can say? We can say that this is enthalpy change of formation of ethanoic acid. So always remember, for the formation of covalent compound, the enthalpy change of direct path is the enthalpy change of formation. Now let's move on to the indirect path. As I told you, in the indirect path, first step is atomization followed by formation of covalent bond. So first of all, we will atomize these elements, and since there are 3 elements, so we will atomize them one by one. First of all, let's atomize carbon. You can atomize any element in any sequence, that is not a problem, but I am starting with carbon, no reason. So atomization means you must write down symbol of element and its state symbol gas. Number of mole of the gaseous atom must be balanced. Now since in this case we will atomize carbon only, so on this reaction arrow we will label the enthalpy change of carbon only. What is this enthalpy change known as? This is the enthalpy change of atomization multiplied by 2, since there are 2 mole of carbon. At the end of this step, the other 2 elements, they will remain unchanged. We will write down hydrogen and oxygen without any change, and we will balance their number of mole. So in this first step we have atomized carbon yet. Moving on, we will atomize the next element. Now at the end of this step, the carbon will remain unchanged, hydrogen will be atomized, and we will get 4 mole of hydrogen atom. Because earlier hydrogen is present in the molecular form, we will break its bond and it will be atomized and it will produce 4 mole of hydrogen atom. And one more thing, why we are moving upward? Because in atomization always bond breaking involves. Whenever bond is broken, energy is absorbed, and whenever energy is absorbed, obviously we will move upward. Okay, now you will label this reaction arrow as enthalpy change of atomization of hydrogen multiplied by 4, since hydrogen atomization enthalpy is written for each mole. So since there are 4 mole of hydrogen, so we have multiplied this atomization by 4. Oxygen will remain unchanged again at this stage. Moving further, now it is the turn of the oxygen. Again endothermic bond breaking will take place and oxygen will be atomized. Carbon will remain unchanged now, hydrogen will remain unchanged now, and now oxygen will be atomized, means we will write down the symbol of the oxygen and the state symbol gas. There are 2 mole of oxygen, we will write down 2. Now this is the enthalpy change of atomization of oxygen multiplied by 2. Now here the atomization of all the elements involved during the in the formation of ethanoic acid, it has been completed. Now atoms are they have got highly reactive form, so now they are ready to react. Now when they will react, they will make covalent bond. Formation of covalent bond involves which enthalpy? Bond enthalpy or bond energy, and whenever bond is formed, energy is released. So that is why we are moving downwards, energy will be released. So here you can see the arrow has gone downwards since energy is released. What this energy is? This is bond enthalpy, and bond enthalpy is linked with the formation of covalent bond. Now in a single covalent compound there can be a number of different covalent bonds. So whenever you want to label bond enthalpy, you must know what is the displayed formula of the given compound. From the displayed formula you can find what is the number of covalent bond. For example, I am writing displayed formula of ethanoic acid in front of you, and you can come to know how many different covalent bonds are present there, and you will have to label bond enthalpy of each covalent bond present within ethanoic acid. This is the displayed formula of ethanoic acid. Now if we start from the left hand side of this displayed formula, we can see first of all which bond we can see is present. The first bond that is present, it is carbon hydrogen bond. And how many carbon hydrogen bonds are present? 3. So what we will write on the reaction arrow? We will write on bond enthalpy of CH bond multiplied by 3, because there are 3 mole of CH bond. Moving on, from left to right. Next bond that you can see, it is bond enthalpy of CC bond multiplied by 1. Moving on, there is the bond of C double bond O, so bond enthalpy of C double bond O into 1. Moving on, bond enthalpy of C single bond O. Moving on, bond enthalpy of OH bond. So you must remember, whenever you are labeling bond enthalpy in the Born-Haber cycle, you must know the displayed formula of a covalent compound. Now this is a complete Born-Haber cycle where we have included both direct path and indirect path. Now using this Born-Haber cycle, we will apply the Hess's law and we will derive a formula for doing calculations. How is that? For deriving the formula to do the calculations, you must identify the initial and final stage of this Born-Haber cycle. What is initial stage? From where all the arrows they take a start, and final stage where arrows they end up. So keeping in your mind this information, you can guess easily what stage is the initial stage and what is the final stage. This is the initial stage where reactants are present, because you can see two arrows are taking their start and both the arrows they are touching their tails at this position. So that is why this is initial stage. And what is the final stage? Ethanoic acid is the final stage where you can see two arrows they are pointing their heads. So first of all, you must identify initial and final stage, and then the single arrow you must identify that single arrow will represents direct path, and its enthalpy change will be the enthalpy change of the direct path. So always remember, for the formation of covalent compounds, enthalpy change of formation is the resultant vector, is the resultant arrow, and its enthalpy change is equal to the enthalpy change of all other steps involved in the Born-Haber cycle. So what we can write down? We can write down enthalpy change of the direct path, that is enthalpy change of formation of ethanoic acid. It is equal to the enthalpy change of indirect path. Which enthalpy changes are involved in the indirect path? First one, atomization of carbon multiplied by 2 plus atomization of hydrogen multiplied by 4 plus atomization of oxygen multiplied by 2 plus bond enthalpy of CH into 3 plus bond enthalpy of CC into 1 plus bond enthalpy of C double bond O into 1 plus bond enthalpy of C single bond O into 1 and bond enthalpy of OH into 1. So you can see, by using this Born-Haber cycle, we have also found the formula to do calculations for the formation of covalent compound. Now we can find enthalpy change of formation of any compound by using this formula. Or sometime what can happen, enthalpy change of formation of a compound may be given in the numerical problem, and we may be asked to calculate then some other unknown enthalpy change. I hope you would have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.